How to set up your Photoshop file for WordPress design. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is open up Photoshop. You're going to click on File, New. You're going to give your website a name. I'm going to call this Awesome Industries Web Design 101. You're going to make sure that your measurements are set to pixels. You're going to make sure that the resolution is set to 72 pixels per inch, otherwise known as 72 dpi, that is screen resolution. And you want to make sure that your color mode is set to RGB color, which is also for screens. Now, the most important part is that you want to make sure that your width is set to 2000 pixels wide. The width is important, the height is not important. And the height isn't important because the height will change according to the size of the design that you make. Because websites allow you to scroll, it means that the height of the website will be different depending on what you need. So 2000 by 6000 at 72 dpi, click OK. Okay, great. Now that you've created your canvas, let's zoom in a little bit. And this is where you're going to start designing your website. Now, before we get started, what I normally like to do is on the background layer in the layers panel, I'm going to just click on the little padlock just to unlock that layer. I'm going to make sure that my rulers are visible. You can do this through View, Rulers, or Control or Apple R, which I like to use. Shortcuts always great, make your life easier. And I'm going to click and drag in the ruler on the left, click and hold, and I'm going to drag a guide to the middle of the website at 1000 pixels. I'm going to let go. This is just getting a vertical guide going so that you know where your website's center point is at all times. Also a great idea. Now what we need to do next is we need to decide where the content guidelines for the website are going to be, the content area actually. Now what I mean by this is that 2000 pixels wide will fill up your browser with a website, but you'll notice that website's content will always fall within a sort of invisible box that runs more down the middle of the website. That's the content area. So the size that I like to work with is 1200 pixels. So the way we're going to do that is in the ruler in the very top left, you're going to click and drag this little box, and you're going to drag it to the top until it locks, and let go. And you'll see here that it's reset the measurements from 0 outwards. And we're going to click and drag from the left again in the ruler, and you're going to make it 600 pixels to the right, almost, and 600 pixels to the left. And now combined, these two make almost, these two make 1200 pixels in the middle. Great, so now we've got your main canvas, we've got the content area, and you are ready to get started.